Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. I'm Eric, and on today's show, we're going to be grilling up some chicken and ribeyes because I feel like eating some tacos and burritos. So we're going to marinate them in some tequila, lime with a little garlic, and it's just going to be tasty, and we're going to share it with you. So why don't you join us as we make some tasty burritos and tacos. Okay, so we're actually going to do a couple of times the recipe on this stuff because we're doing steak and chicken. But I am going to break this up like one baggie each so you can obviously follow at home. So this is actually going to be a half a cup of Worcestershire sauce. So we'll just go ahead and pour that in. And then we're going to go with a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil. Let's go ahead and dump that in. Yay. And then we're going to do a half a cup of tequila. Have no idea what that would be, but things are looking bright, right? So dump that in. And let's get a quarter cup of lime juice. This is basically 2 small limes, roughly. We'll get that in there. For a little bit of a heat here, we're doing 1 seeded diced jalapeno pepper. Got that in there. We're gonna go with a bunch of garlic. So this was like a really small, I don't know, head of organic garlic. So this is about half of it. You can obviously put as much in there as you like or not. I'd say if you're just using normal garlic, just a couple of cloves is enough, right? But if you're doing a lot of meat, the more the merrier. All right, good enough. Cilantro. We got 1 bunch. I thought that'd be enough. This is really fresh stuff. Let's just say that there's no mistaking this is cilantro. If it was less fragrant, then I'd say, okay, you need more. But this is good enough. So this is about half a one for my one recipe here. But I suggest at home you do a full one because cilantro is tasty. And then we're going to go with about a half a tablespoon of some freshly cracked pepper. This is 1 full tablespoon, but I'm going to share this with my other baggie. So I'm just going to kind of estimate here. Yeah, that's about half estimate. So that's good. And we're going to shake this up. Now I'm not really putting any salt in here other than what's in that Worcestershire sauce because the chicken we already brined, so that's got some salt in it, and we can always season it later to taste. And my steaks, I'm not a fan to put a ton of salt on anything really, so I'll probably hit it near the end. So let's get ready for some meat. All right, first up we're going to get the chickie done. Like I said, chicken was already like brined and stuff, so it's already in a nice bag. So all I gotta do is just put this marinade in there. And that'll be a good thing, right? Just don't want to make a mess here. We're going to let out some of this air, which will kind of force the liquid up to cover most of the chicken. Seal it really good. And then we're just going to go ahead and kind of shake it up a little bit. The biggest idea here is that we're going to marinate this for a couple of hours. We're just going to put this in a bowl so in case it leaks, it doesn't make a mess. And we'll just probably let it lay on the side, something like that. And then we'll just flip it over and it'll all be tasty, right? So we just go ahead and get that in there. We've got here, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 or 7 medium-sized thighs. So that's what this is covering. It's doing a pretty good job. Now let's do the steak. All right, now for the steak. You can see I got these beauties here at our local international market. And we're just gonna do the same thing. So we're just gonna rip this open. one. There. And then we'll just initially do a little flippy like that. The biggest thing is when you're doing marinades with an acid, whether it be lemon juice or lime juice, is it can eat up your meat if you let it marinate too long or it's too strong a solution. This lime juice is not that strong because it has plenty of oil, Worcestershire sauce, and alcohol to kind of dilute it a little bit. So it's not that bad. So I don't think 2 hours is a problem. All right, the moment we've been waiting for, right? We're about to throw some food on here. So we've got some chicky. We'll get some salt. We'll get some pepper. And then using a different plate and different set of tongs, I'm getting my steak on here. The reason is my poultry I'll cook to probably around 170, 175 because Amy likes it like that. But my meat, I'm going to cook it medium rare, and so it's not really food safe to do stuff like that where you have cross-contaminate, meat that's not going to be cooked that high like that, if that makes sense. If I was doing pork or something like that and I was going to cook both of them to the 160 or higher, then I could probably use the tongs interchangeably. But with these, I got them separated. One's a little longer than the others. Probably cook the chicken indirect for a few minutes till the drippings got a chance to do what they got to do, and then I'll throw them back on. Steak seems to be doing okay. He's not causing any flare-ups. So I think we'll check on this. The chicken will probably... All right, we are almost done with this taco feast that we're going to be eating tonight. So far the meat is all done. Now we're just going to do some vegetables. So we got some bell peppers and onions and a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of oil, salt and pepper. And I've got my cast iron pan up to about 430 degrees. So we're going to saute this, like I said, for about 5 minutes until it gets softened. All right, so now the fun part, right? We got to hack up the meat. So here's our first piece, right? So we're just going to go ahead and, I don't know, this ribeye is so tender, you're supposed to go against the grain and all good stuff. I don't know. I think the grain's going like that, so I'll do it like this. You gotta love the dog. He gets let out like once a week. He's got to bark and let everybody know it. So, does that look tasty? Well, it's like way juicy. So we pulled this off at about 139 degrees, so it could rise up to maybe like 142, 145, something like that. So it could be as medium rare as it wants to be, right? The problem with some of these commercial restaurants, when they mention a steak burrito, their idea of steak and your idea of steak is usually two different things. So that's why sometimes it's best to do it yourself. Then you can put the whole thing in your burrito if you want. So now that everything is all grilled up and kind of assembled, this is the fun part, right? We're gonna make a taco with all this grilled up stuff now. All right, so let's get a corn tortilla that we grilled earlier and throw some meat on there, right? And cheese, of course. And then, of course, I have a little sour cream. These are El Charro beans. Is that what they're called? So look for those on a future video. They're really tasty. Salsa. Walk. Yum, yum. Cheers. Try not to talk with a mouthful here. So, the steak, of course, is juicy and flavorful and all stuff. It's kind of hard to describe it right now because the flavors blended in. I mean, earlier we had tequila and cilantro and all stuff, and nothing really dominates right now. So I thought it really did a good job. So there's a lot of flavor to it. So I think it's really good. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below and give us a comment and a thumbs up and all the good stuff. And please visit our website, amylearnstocook.com. And we're on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook. Like that, boo?